Nick Saban is retiring, and now the Alabama Crimson Tide have to figure out who will replace one of the all-time greats as their next head coach. The legendary Alabama coach had more players drafted in the first round than total losses. He won a remarkable 6 of his 7 total national championships with the Crimson Tide and will be remembered as the greatest coach in the history of college football. There's obviously no replacing Saban, but someone has to lead the program. Who might that be? Let's break down a few candidates for one of the most desirable and surprising job openings in the world of sports. Lane Kiffin. Kiffin is familiar with the program after serving as the offensive coordinator for 4 seasons back in the early years of the CFP era. And of course, he has plenty of background in terms of running his own teams. Kiffin's USC tenure was a bit of an up-and-down experience, but he did great work at Florida Atlantic and has Ole Miss looking like one of the top contenders in the new SEC. As a former Saban assistant, Kiffin has already proven his mettle in Tuscaloosa and surely still knows several people inside the building, although it's fair to wonder how many bridges he burned on the way out. Dabo Swinney. The question here is if Alabama would really bring in someone who served as their nemesis for so long. But let's not forget, Saban won a national championship as the head coach for LSU, so anything is possible in the world of college football. While Swinney will never get fired from Clemson after bringing the school its first 2 national titles in many years, it's clear to see that the partnership is beginning to wear thin. He's not willing to leverage the transfer portal, but at a school with Alabama's recruiting pull, you don't really need to do so. He's clearly a strong football mind, and as an Alabama alum, he could have some instant supporters. Kalen DeBoer. All DeBoer does is win. He started out in NAIA football, but his head coaching record of 104-12 is truly outrageous. He's had a meteoric rise from Indiana's offensive coordinator to Fresno State's head coach, and now of course to Washington, who he led to a national championship game. Could he now take one more step and lead perhaps the country's premier program? In short, probably not. DeBoer has no ties to Alabama or even the SEC. In a school so entrenched in a community that really respects its insiders, it's hard to imagine Washington's coach getting the call to lead the Crimson Tide, even though his name has been circulated quite a bit. It's one of the most coveted job positions in all of college football, and there will be plenty of candidates vying to be the next head coach for the Crimson Tide.